What's up, YouTube? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the power of walking away. And I love talking about it as well because I feel like this is one of the best ways to show emotional strength. The power of walking away is also about how it's not easy. And of course, it's effective when you go ahead and do it. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about emotional strength and how powerful it is. And as a man, how much you have to have it. That's the reality of your situation. Accept it. Don't be desperate. Don't chase. None of that. But not only that, I'm going to break into how the scarcity mindset now kicks in. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to have your post notification on, but you gotta be subscribed first. And so let's just talk about the scarcity mindset. Scarcity really kicks in when somebody is fearful that they will actually lose you. Now, I'm only saying that some of y'all might not understand it because I feel like y'all don't understand the strength and the power you have. So when you love somebody or you're obsessed or you care about them so much, your mindset might be that I can't have the scarcity kick in with them because they think they're above me or I've been putting them on a pedestal. Now, the reality of it could be that you've been doing that, but it does not also mean that you won't be able to reverse it or change it and make it for the better. With that being said, that means when you get the scarcity now kicking in, sometimes with the person you're dealing with, they can now see that you have changed. With that also being said, once you change your mindset, that's when change starts kicking in. Once you show a different side of you, that's when somebody will start taking you serious, and not only taking you serious because they believe that you are somebody they can't get no more, but they see your strength so much that you know better for yourself. As in, you are not going to keep putting yourself in the same situation, the same place when you know you're getting disrespected. Everybody has different circumstances and situations. So sometimes it might be disrespect. Sometimes it's getting walked all over. Sometimes it's getting talked down on, back to disrespect. And sometimes it's simply that person will never just make you the main person in their life. They might not actually be that interested. I want to know where you guys are at. Some of y'all are moved on and y'all simply want to walk away because you believe it's the best thing to do. Comment moved on if that's what you're doing, or at least if you are attempting to move on, comment moving on. Now let's just get back into how you have to first know your worth. When you know your worth, that scarcity for that person will be so much easier for them to feel because they get that on your end. You understand how powerful you are. You gotta make sure you are living up to it as well with affirmations, reminders, telling yourself, writing it down, looking at it about your situation. If you're gonna be ignoring or if there's other stuff that you have going on, it could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video. Now, the power only can come in if you know it. It's only going to matter if you understand the strength that you have. It's only going to matter if you know what you're capable of. A lot of y'all actually have it in you, but y'all look at that person and be like, oh, they look too good, or no, they're too smart, or no, they have all these different options. I gotta have them. I want them. They're not gonna want me the same way, but I can work my way up. If they don't give you the right treatment, what are you doing? So the power of walking away becomes even stronger because you get that you don't need them. The issue comes in with the emotions, and this is where emotional strength really matters. The issue comes in when you are so emotionally tied to them and you have a strong attachment, and it depends on your attachment styles as well. Sometimes it's gonna cause you to want them even more or depend on them or just be anxious when you're away from them, like anxious attachment styles. And at the same time, you also have to be working on yourself, right? You still have to be working on your emotions and feelings. Like if you're going to be an anxious avoidant person, you shut down or you disappear or you leave and you avoid them. That might mean that maybe you have to face them and give them that type of scarcity that they feel of they are not going to let me walk all over them and they're going to stand up for themselves. So you have to look at your situation and be like, what have I been doing for so long that's so incorrect? Incorrect can fall into you are just showing that you are less than what you are. Now, don't get it wrong as well. If there's so much room for improvement, sometimes we have a long way to go, or sometimes we get tied up and attached to someone and it just makes us become less of our actual worth. As in, it's best to be with somebody that can encourage you to want to be a better person for yourself and for them as well. But sometimes when you get caught up and we have mental health kicking in, and of course it's so important, and even when it comes to depression or times where you feel like you're not worth it, first of all, know you're worth it. You're definitely worth it, and don't let nobody ever define that you're not. Remembering all of these things is going to be a part of how you do go ahead and walk away, how the process works so good. And not only that, it will go ahead and move on to you have that person actually emotionally affected. While you have emotional strength, that person is emotionally affected. Let that sink in. And while you let that sink in, if you're not going to be chasing because you know better, comment not chasing or no chasing because you know you should not be. And also, it causes more energy, more emotions that is going to be tied to that person. You want that person to be worked up about you because they have such a scarcity kicking in that I will lose this person forever. Not everybody can just walk away from that person. Not only that, not everybody can say this is not worth my time. I will walk away. And that's because you have attachments. Now, think about it this way. What if you have a job, right? Your job requires you to come in all the time, and then they expect you to come in on your actual day off or the time that you have something important really going on. Let's say an emergency, or let's say you're spending quality time with your family, something else that you have going on. You're seeing your partner that's in a long distance relationship with you for the first time this weekend, or this is just you guys have a routine of seeing each other only once a month. So you have a specific weekend, but it is very important that it happens that weekend because it can happen again. With that now being said, what will happen then? You have to say, I can't show up. Now, I'm not saying you should be risking your job and all of these things, but I'm definitely saying that you have to have enough strength and enough discipline to say that this is not worth it. If I lose some money in the process, that's okay. This is going to overall affect you mentally, then you should not be participating in it any longer. So it's not just a relationship that you're in. This could be in real life. Give this video a big thumbs up if you still haven't, and go ahead and check out my book that I just dropped. It's called Men's Secrets to Winning Her Over. It includes so much details on what women want, what women desire, how to flirt with her. I have my personal story with an alpha male and a sigma male, how great it went, the great characteristics of them, some of the things that you guys can make sure you could be applying, have confidence with, and so much more other details. If you're struggling in the dating game or you want to just simply improve your dating game, you can go ahead and get this book by clicking the link down below. And y'all, I have other things such as cold approaching, something you guys can go ahead and master after you guys purchase this book. Click that link. And let's even go on to if you feel like somebody's taking advantage of you, whether it's going to be the person you're with, your family member, or a co-worker, people that you obviously work with, then it might mean that you have to say, okay, you guys don't treat me right. I got to move myself. This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I agreed on. This is not what I signed the contract for. With you knowing all of that, you have enough strength to say, I see my worth. You guys don't see it. Or I see how I'm supposed to be treated, but y'all don't understand. And if y'all don't want to understand, then I don't got to be here all the time, or I don't got to be here at all. One last thing I'll add about the power of walking away, which I will be bringing this topic back up. Don't worry about that. We'll talk so much more about it. Don't forget to drop your questions down below, of course, and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you want that part 2, of course, let your girl know. But back to this, the last thing I want to mention about the power of walking away is that it's not going to be all the time. It's not going to be always right away. So sometimes the power of walking away comes from you had enough, now you got to do it. Sometimes it's 3 strikes you're out. Sometimes for some people it's 2 or 1. Some people don't play these games. They don't want to be attached or involved or dealing with these things. So for you specifically, you know you got to walk away. You know you got to leave at this point. There is no ands, if, or but. How long are you going to be having to walk away? If you got to walk away for a long period of time, if you got to be gone and not dealing with them any longer forever, that's the life. And of course, if it's going to be temporary, you want the message across and you want to also show your own discipline, your own strength, you can go ahead and have it happen for a short period of time or a longer period of time, but you know eventually you might be seeing that person again. So that means your scarcity is still going to work on them, but your emotional strength is definitely going to kick in. So that's it for this video. I can't wait to bring this video back up because there's so much more I want to touch on, and also there's so much more to elaborate on, and other things of course I didn't get into extreme details but didn't even get to mention. So when I bring this video back up, I'll go over all of these things. I'll also mention other ways to go about it, what can really work for y'all. Make sure you comment down below, like I said, you want a part 2 or other videos that y'all want to see. I'll bring those videos for y'all. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you still haven't. Comment other opinions that you have to mention. Subscribe with your post notification on. That's it. And don't forget to check out my links in my bio. Bye all. Explicit and exclusive content. Make sure you go ahead and do that by clicking the Patreon link or becoming a YouTube member, and a whole lot of other things you'll never see, and all other types of pictures too. So go ahead and click that link down below after this video.